Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, it's Jordan here. It's officially the embargo day for this new Ultimate Collector Series set, which of course is Jango, Fett's Starship. Haven't I seen this one before? Looks very similar to the Slave one. They just gave it a paint job and updated some of the parts and building techniques within. Isn't that sort of lazy? I personally think it's sort of lazy, like, what? Why? Why do they need to do this? I don't know. Either way, it is embargo day. I will not be providing a review today, but I will be providing a review tomorrow. And in that review, we will also be taking a look at the entire LEGO Star Wars May 1st wave from 2025. And we're going to play some here in the studio. Today, I'm getting ready to do something a little bit risky, and that involves reddish brown plate being installed on the new campground modules. Why is that risky? It's old reddish brown plate, otherwise known as brittle brown. And I laid out my road and I got to get ready to push it down. Once it's pushed down, it's pretty much set in stone, because if I want to remove it, it's all going to break. I need to order some more new reddish brown from LEGO, because I'm pretty sure their new reddish brown isn't going to be breakable like that. I think they fixed that issue, but some of the old reddish brown plate is just like so brittle. Specifically, like ones from the UCS Sandcrawler era. I've seen a lot of people buy the UCS Sandcrawler and they receive it like brand new, sealed in box, and all the plate comes out like just brittle as heck. A little bit of an issue. Hopefully they fixed it. I need to order some more, because I just used it all creating this road in the campsite. Let's check it out. Yeah, I started building this the other day, and it is going to be the home to the campground. We're going to have a bridge that's going to connect to the reddish brown road, which is 16 studs right here. And then I was like, okay, we need to have a road that branches off that that's actually going to serve as the campsite. So I reduced it down to 12 studs, and then it's going to go up right there. Obviously, going to blend that in. Just going to do it straight. I've done that angled before, and the angle is a little bit hard to blend in, and I think it works. It's just a straight up road right there, because it leaves a space on either side for like campsites or whatever it may be. And then the road is going to reduce to 8 studs up top here, and it's going to do a loop. That's going to be a one-way campsite loop, and I've put in a couple parking spots for RVs. And then we can have probably some parking maybe, and then just like little tent sites everywhere else. Maybe I'll throw in 1 or 2 more parking spots for RVs. Now, this time I'm not embedding the reddish brown into the mills plate to give it like a depth effect, but rather these reddish brown plates are going to be pushed down right on top of the green. They're just loosely fitted right now, and that's where it gets a little bit risky. When I start pushing these down and all the studs adapt, I could raise it up a little bit by using the technique that I used here, like with the 1x2 plates and 2x2 plates underneath. But if I top this, which I plan on doing with various studs, then it's going to raise it up a brick, because we have the underlying plate, the reddish brown plate, and then like the texture on top. So that's an entire brick of relief, and I think that's just going to be a little bit too much. So I'm just going to tack it down right on top of the green plates. I think this is a pretty good layout, but like I said, if I change my mind in the future, removing all this stuff will sort of be a nuisance. Before we continue, let's check out these LEGO mystery boxes. Like, oh my gosh, these things are heavy. There must be so many awesome LEGO related things inside. Let's check it out. Looks like there's mostly sets in this box here. We've got some of the Ninjago micro builds, also a 501st battle pack, and those turquoise bricks are really neat. There's also a red one in here, some of the micro scale Star Wars stuff, the 40th anniversary train, Mindstorms Galileo, the Lego House mini builds, a probe droid, a whole bunch of polybags, and minifigures. Holy, look at this lineup of stuff. The minifigures is where it's at, everybody. Like, wow, look at that. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, all sorts of superheroes, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, some city ones, of course, CMFs as well. A glow-in-the-dark ghost, that's a classic beauty. Some more CMFs. This one right here, that's Jose's favorite minifigure of all time, I would say. Oh, look at this one with the axe and the beaver hat. Classic. So a lot of great minifigures and ton of great sets. Like, look at this poly bag. This is my favorite poly bag from the bunch. That's cool. It's the VIP one, like the old school VIP one when it was red rather than blue. What's the deal with all of these awesome Lego items? Well, I'm going to be auctioning every single one of them off during my next Whatnot show starting at only $1. Thank you so much, Whatnot, for sponsoring this video. In addition to the auction items, I also have 10 giveaways like the TIE Fighter, Shock Troopers, Batmobile, and Minecraft. If you're not on Whatnot, you can join using my affiliate link, which is in the pinned comment and description below. And when you join using that link, you're going to get a $15 credit, which can be redeemed on your first purchase. Whatnot is an epic online platform where you can buy and sell your favorite collectibles, and I hope to see you there. All right, let's get back to the Lego. I'm going to get a little bit distracted here. I decided to pull open the reddish brown brick drawer because I need some reddish brown brick, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is one of the worst drawers in the studio. It is just bad. We've got 1x2s over here and 1x2s over here and panels over here and curved bricks over here, and it's all just sort of mixed together amongst the 4 different containers. So here it is before and after. Yeah, just a little bit better. A little bit better. We got 1x2, 1x3, 1x4, 1x6, 1x8, and larger, 1x2x5 panels, and then all the other panels there. Yeah, there's still a few other drawers that we need to take care of, like this one here. Wouldn't take long, but hey, that's not today's priority. I needed to use some reddish brown, so it's worth taking care of. Well, everybody, guess what? I got some good news. Not a single reddish brown plate broke, and they're all tacked down. Yes, that is great. I decided to transition into dark bluish gray here because we're going to have to build some sort of tunnel. I'm thinking an arched tunnel, just to change it up from the other tunnels that we have in the city. I think arch would look pretty cool. And as you can see, I've done some transitioning of height as well. So it's 2 bricks, and then it goes down to 1, then 1 plate, and then just a plate that's on top of the green there. And I did the same thing up here, just using a Mills plate technique. Of course, we're gonna blend it in. Don't worry. I know these look like steps right now. It's just another layer. Yeah, but it goes 1 plate, then 1 brick, 1 plate, 2 bricks, 1 plate, and that transitions to the different heights. And we're gonna have to blend in the different heights here and also the different heights on the side of the road. Probably just gonna do that with like a Minecraft-ish technique at this point, just like we will with everything here. Do like a Minecraft style rock work and all that, and then we'll eventually add those details. That's how we do all of our rock work and all of our Lego city landscaping in layers, like an ogre. Now I did put this in place. There's nothing supporting it at this particular time. And you can see I blended it in with a tile, and then I put some of these rail plates on the plate behind that tile, and that sort of wedges it in place there. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of those rail plates in reddish brown, but I could go rob them from the expansion. Maybe I'll have to do that. The next thing I want to work on is this arched tunnel, though. I feel like we need to get that tunnel placed before we start working on the blending work in the surrounding area. Okay, this is what I've come up with. You've probably seen this technique before. Masonry bricks, cylinders, and 1x2 rounded plates. I used it in my custom wizard's tower, so that is that technique, but I created a complete circle and used a ton of parts to create the foundation of the wizard's tower, so that's cool. And you've also seen similar techniques being used in the Lego City and medieval area to create bridges. So yeah, just masonry bricks, 1x1 cylinders, and also the 1x2 modified plates. I like using those on the top and bottom just because it locks everything in place, and I use 2 layers of them. Now this is going to sit like so, and I think that's a pretty good height. I made it so it's 16 studs wide, and the height just comes barely over that, but I think that's going to accommodate vehicles and work out quite nicely. And I can just blend this in with more landscaping up top. Now this is a false tunnel, so I need to build a backdrop for it. Not sure if I can use like Technic pins on here and put plate coming down, or if I should use brick. And I also want to hold this in place using snot brick, so it's not just sitting there. Probably brick. Maybe I can like brick build a back for it. And in that wall, put some snot bricks in it just to hold this in place. All right, that's my next task. Okay, I just got a huge bomb dropped on me in regards to Jango Fett's Slave 1. The embargo has been lifted out of nowhere. And it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't even finished building mine yet. But what I've built so far is incredible. Huge upgrade compared to the Slave 1. And that's a bold statement because that Slave 1 is epic as well. Also a really nice minifigure. But I've decided I'm going to finish building this live in 1 minute. Okay, yeah, it starts in 1 minute. I should probably get on that. But wait a tick, what about the tunnel? I'm going to be casually late as usual for my live streams. This is the backdrop that I decided to create. It's a false tunnel, so I wanted to give it the black background, and I did that with bricks, and I built a little wall for it using masonry bricks and the 1x1 cylinders. There's some 1x4 masonry bricks in there as well, and you'll see that there's one of the snot bricks on the bottom there, which is the 1x1 by 2 2/3 snot bricks. That's why there's a plate on top of it. And there's another one on that side there. And then there's the rounded ones that I found on the pad wall the other day. And this provides a nice backdrop for the tunnel. And it actually clips in place, of course, to those forward-facing studs. So here we go. This is the tunnel. And I can just plop it down like so. This sort of keeps it in shape and in proper form because we have the 2 points of attachment, like near the top of the tunnel and also at the bottom on either side. And when I clip it in, we've got the black backdrop, which I know isn't ideal. Having a completed tunnel would be ideal, but it is what it is. You can barely see the gray backdrop poking out there. Sorry, I'm so excited to build that set, and I'm late, so I'm frantic here, but it is what it is. I think that looks really cool, especially when we plop it down like so. Of course, the back wall might change. I might expand it or shrink it or do different things based on the surrounding rock work, or maybe this needs to slide forward, whatever it may be. I think that this is a really cool tunnel. I think that it's going to work out. It's different than the other ones, and there you go. Okay, I got to go build a Starship. Peace out. I'll be right back. Okay, what's going on with this Boba Fett? Where's his boots? He's just got all blue legs. He's got no boots on. Should be dual molded legs. Why wouldn't they do that? That's just, what? Okay. But this set was super cool. Yeah. Really good build. I sort of take back what I said this morning about it. It is amazing. Stickers on the giant windscreen, but the giant windscreen is very nice. Like, look at that thing. And just a big improvement from the other one. Yeah, but supposed to be building a tunnel. Well, I already built the tunnel and installed that and did some blending on the roads as well. Yeah, not much, just a bit of blending work up here. There's the 2 different heights, so just tapered it upward using more Mills plate technique and did that here too, blending in the road and the difference in height there, and also just tapered this as well. And you know what, when we actually get around to adding the detail onto the road, it's going to blend that in even more. And you can see this has sort of been done here as well. You can also use a lot of curved slopes to help give it a more blended effect. So when we detail it, we can use some of the curved slopes and reddish brown or whatever it may be. That's something I need to add to the order list, is the reddish brown curved slopes, because we don't have a whole lot of them. Also, I want to improve the look of the tunnel by giving it a smooth finish on the face. And I think the tiles that are like the rounded 1x2 tiles, essentially this but a tile, I want to get a bunch of those in light and dark gray, because I feel like they'll come in super handy for little details like that. And I've already started accumulating my cart for the X-Mansion parts. So yeah, X-Mansion parts, the 1x2s with the slide, and also the reddish brown windows, so we can tidy up all the windows and get that dealt with. Also, it needs some dark orange 1x1 plates and other 1x plate. And then I also have the triangular tiles for that in the cart. And now I'm going to add even more things to our cart. So we've got like a cart that's accumulating at least your like browser history, or the Lego website like keeps that cart active. It's not like it like disappears, which is good because you can like accumulate things over a week or two. So at this point, after unboxing all of that cool stuff, building the Starship and building the tunnel and starting the roads, it's already late and Jose already left for the day, and I want to go home and see my kids. That's like my top priority right now because I didn't see them last night, so I feel really bad. I only saw them for a short period this morning, so it's like, okay, I need to get home and I need to go hang out with them. I know we didn't get much done in this front here, but baby steps, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. At least we got the tunnel figured out, and now we can start working on the rock detail fizz. Also, I thought more about the mine train, a mine train and a hidden cavern for the 7 dwarves. Just like I was mentioning in my previous upload, I'm going to build a cave right here, and it's going to be like the mine. And then what I'm going to do is actually grab some roller coaster track and have it end here and start somewhere up here where there's like a little hidden entrance or something, maybe even over here, and have the roller coaster track feed through so you can like have this mine car, just go through like a basic roller coaster and end down there. I think that's going to be super neat. But yeah, there you go, a little bit of vloggy goodness. I hope you enjoyed the tunnel. Make sure you stay tuned for the Lego Star Wars shelving update because we're replacing 7 or 8 sets, I think it is. And we'll continue working on this. All right, farewell, have a great day.